Hi, I'm Eeya, and I am with the Dave Z Home Team and Leverage Agent. I'm the executive assistant, and I'm with Dave for 4 years.
Now we're with Eeya, Elijah, but you go by Eeya?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. You've been with me how long?
I've been working with you for almost 4 years already.
Almost 4 years. How long have you been a virtual assistant?
Since you're my first client, almost 4 years already.
Okay, almost 4 years. So I want people to know what were you doing before you worked for me virtually? What were you doing? What were you doing back in your home city? And then tell me what city you're from.
I'm actually from Baguio City, and I was a call center agent on the weekdays, and I'm singing at bars on weekends.
I've heard you sing now in person, and you're a really good singer. Like, you could make a living singing. Going way back, like growing up, what was it like in your house? What did your parents do? Did you own a home? Did they own a home? Did they rent a home? Like, what was life like?
My parents were actually OFW, so we call them overseas Filipino workers. So we are actually renting a home before. I grew up with my parents, but eventually they broke their marriage, sadly. But yeah, life has been good right now ever since we became a virtual assistant.
So let's talk about that. What became better? Like, specifically, what do you think has been the biggest change once you started working virtually? What happened?
When I was a virtual assistant for my first year, we have lots of funds. So we had our home built second year, and then up until now, we already have like 2 cars. We have family car and also my personal car. So
You mentioned a car. Like, I got a car when I was 16 years old because my parents were like, I'm not driving you around anymore. Like, in America, it's like, we're so spread out, and especially where I live in Arizona. So you almost want a car. Like, my oldest is 16. She has a car because it's just easier to give them a car. So we take that for granted. But you mentioned that. Do most Filipinos all individually own a car?
no, because life in the Philippines is very hard.
So how many people own a car, would you say?
For 100 Filipinos, only 30 out of 100.
30% own a car. That's really hard to relate to in America when most of us have 2, 3, 4 cars. Some of them just sitting in the garage, some of them not working, and that's interesting. What kind of schooling did you do? Talk to me about school, like elementary school, high school, college. How was everything?
Elementary school and high school, we were in public school. So it was also good. But right now, my kids are in private school. So that's because I do have like a work-life balance. We have been in their school, plays, because we're working from home, and we can actually take care of them while we're working at home.
You said something, work-life balance. I'm a big fan of work-life balance, right? 5 kids, a business. I can't be all one or the other. Do you feel like you have better work-life balance? You kind of mentioned you do than before.
Yes. Work-life balance right now is actually better since I've been going out with my friends on the weekends. We are traveling. Work-life balance is better than what I had before.
Excellent. Love that. So what are the negatives? So we've talked about some positives of being a virtual assistant. What do you think are the negatives?
The negatives and the downsides of being a virtual assistant is that in the Philippines, since we are in an archipelago, a lot of typhoons has been coming in and out of our country. So we need to have like backup plans. So like internet connection and also for power interruption as well. So
with us having worked together for 4 years, it's not that often, right? If somebody says, well, I heard if I get a virtual assistant, they're going to, miss power every other day. It's just not true, right? It's occasional. I would tell you my American employees called in sick or had excuses more than you've had power out. It happens. But it's not that often. Well, what would you say to somebody like me who's thinking of hiring a virtual assistant? Like, what would you tell them to do it? Would you tell them, like, what do you think would be the biggest concern that I would have? Being in America and you're in the Philippines, what do you think?
trust. And why shouldn't you? Because you're going to be working from home as well. All of the virtual assistants is going to be handling all of your business. So why not?
I like that. You said trust, but there are some things that we do, right, to ensure that. So things that honestly are kind of hard to do in America, right? Like when I had American employees that say, hey, we're going to monitor your screen every 30 seconds. Americans say, no, I'm not going to do that, right? But that's something we do, right? So we do that. We're on Zoom quite a bit. Right.
Yes. So what we're doing right now is we do have a Zoom war room. Every time that we work and we log in, we use that so that all of our teammates are also there, and then we can ask each other questions. And then it's not boring because we can actually tell stories while we are in the war room and while we're also working.
So you feel like you're part of a company now instead of just sitting home, right? There might have been some resistance to doing the Zoom war room. Do you think it's a good thing?
It's actually a good thing right now since we have already experienced it.
Excellent. I'm so glad we could do this and I got to fly over here and meet you. So if you're watching this video is being filmed in Thailand. So I decided not to fly to the Philippines on this trip, but flew to Thailand, and then everybody flew in here. And this is actually our first time meeting. Yes. This is amazing. If you're watching this and you're considering virtual assistant, it will change your life. And the countries are amazing. How beautiful is Thailand?
It's actually beautiful. Also, the people are very welcoming and very encouraging. The food, love it.
The food's been great. We're on our rooftop pool and bar, and it's a phenomenal city. And I can't wait to go to the Philippines to go see your hometown. But if you're considering it, it will change your life. And I wanted to film these so you can put some real life behind these, virtual assistants that are working for you 6,000-7,000 miles away. Put a face to it. So thank you. All right. Good job.